Hi Aditya, I'm Nirmala. I'll be conducting your technical interview today. The focus is on your experience with deploying and managing microservices on AWS. Let's get started with a quick introduction. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hi Nirmala, my name is Aditya Kapoor and I am founder and CEO of RedyHire. I have a lot of experience in developing and deploying microservices in AWS.
Thanks for that introduction. Let's dive into some technical details. Have you worked on deploying or scaling microservices in AWS? Can you describe the architecture you used?
Yeah, I have deployed multiple services in AWS, and we actually use AWS in our day-to-day activity. The entire ReadyHire platform has been built on AWS. The architecture that we use is basically we have a API gateway, and then there are multiple microservices. One microservice is for assessment, another microservice is for admin. There are a scoring service. All these services together work. To basically give a candidate and admin teams a beautiful experience.
That's helpful to know about your architecture. How did you deploy your microservices on AWS? Did you use EC2, ECS, or EKS?
Yeah, we use EC2 in our basically design and architecture. Most of our services are Dockerized, and we deploy the containers using a CI/CD pipeline. The other part is that rest of the things are actually in AWS Lambda, and that AWS Lambda is the serverless architecture.
Got it. With EC2 and Lambda in the mix, how did you manage service updates with zero downtime? And did you use any CI/CD tools like Code Pipeline, GitHub Actions, or Jenkins?
Yes, we use code pipeline, and basically, the entire thing is completely automated. So when we deploy our test run, and then when the tests are succeeded, it moves to the next stage of the development. Now there is a whole suite of integration test, unit test, service level tests that are running to make sure that there is no problem. Additionally, before deploying, we use rolling deployments, which means that we initially deploy to one of the hosts. We monitor that for a while, and then once we see no problems, then we deploy to the rest of the fleet.
That makes sense. Let's talk about how your microservices communicate with each other. What protocols or tools did you use to handle inter-service communication?
There are multiple things, right? Depends on microservice to microservice. For sync, we use REST APIs. For async, we actually use Kafka. We publish our messages to Kafka topics. There are services who are subscribing to those Kafka topics. They read the message from Kafka and then act accordingly. Similarly, if you look at real-time use cases, we use WebRTC.
Great, that gives me a good sense of your communication strategies. How did you monitor and debug issues in production? Which tools or services did you rely on for that?
There are multiple things that we use, right? Basically, there are CloudWatch alarms. We push our log to Logstash, and there is a Kibana dashboard as well. Additionally, we use Prometheus, where we push our matrices, and that is used for alarming. The alarms go to both Slack as well as PagerDuty.
That's a solid monitoring setup. Now, how did you ensure your services could scale and recover from failures? Did you have any particular strategies or patterns in place?
Yeah, so all our services are in ASGs, and rest of the thing is in Lambda. So basically, for with Lambda, what you get is as you get more and more calls, the more Lambdas get spawned off. On the other hand, if you have a ASG and you notice that there is surge in traffic, you basically dynamically allocate more hosts. Even DynamoDB and are have RCUs and WCUs, which go as per the traffic. So basically, there is a lot of scalability things that are built in. Now, coming to recovery of failures, the alarms basically tell us what is happening, and if there is, let's say, one of the machines which has high CPU or memory utilization, we add additional host automatically. Again, it's the monitoring and scaling and recovery from failure go hand in hand.
Thank you for walking me through that. We're nearing the end of our interview time,